Welcome to another episode of No Capping All Drip. I'm your man Bailey.
It's your boy Carmine Keith.
And we got a special guest.
It's Podson Radio, man. What's up, baby? Shine moment.
Hey. First and foremost, make sure if y'all not already following, go follow him. It's what, Podson _ Radio or just Podson Radio?
POD_SON on Instagram. That's where once you go follow me first.
Yep. So we'll drop it on the channel. You'll see it on the screen. Make sure y'all go give him a follow. It's a special one. So the homie Podson, we went to high school together. He's doing a lot of things. He actually has his own channel, his own podcast that he runs. It's on YouTube. Do you have audio anywhere, or you just?
Yeah, I do have audio. I actually have taken it down recently. Luckily, I'm putting it back up because I have a workshop coming out, which I have to do audio and visual.
Yep.
But I've been focusing a lot more on visuals lately because I need people to watch. It's more TV show, podcast style, you know.
Definitely. So we'll make sure we drop the link to his YouTube channel as well. Make sure you go subscribe, and we'll kind of give you some insight on what he has going on his channel. This episode, this segment's all going to be about what he has going on, how we know each other, and just a little background. So,
And let's be real. For real, this is not Podson. This is the baby.
hey, you
Think I ain't got it on me, right?
prettiest chocolate nigga alive.
the best broccoli, you know what I mean?
Hey, that nigga shit, his nickname shit kind of hard.
Man, that nigga hard.
That nigga say all
I
the
get
time.
called that nigga all the time. So
When did you first hear it though? Was it a bitch or was it a nigga?
Instagram. It was a nigga.
That's kind of age then.
And but the nigga had commented, and I don't even know what he commented on, but he tagged us both in. It was like somebody mentioned during a comment.
Yeah.
It was like such and such is a twin, and they tagged me, and I was like, oh shit, and that's when I started listening to his music. But bruh, it's hard. Yeah.
Bruh hard. So if you look like the baby, you look like HaHa Davis too then. you know them niggas is twins.
Yo,
Them niggas is twins.
I ain't gonna fuck with y'all niggas for too long, man. Okay.
You acting unusual.
You look like a terrorist.
You know,
this
hey.
nigga look like Vince Wilfork.
This is Shook. Y'all know this is Shook. We got Shook. And you know who I've been getting? So in high school, I used to get Carmelo Anthony a lot because I had to.
Hell no.
I swear, I used to get Melo.
Who told you that?
He kind of resemble Melo a little bit.
I didn't have no face hair. When I didn't have face hair and I had braids in high school. I ain't gonna post no pic, but whatever. But you know how I've been getting a lot? Even when I had the shorter beard and I had the curls, Ryan Henry from Black Ink Crew.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know who that is.
It's disrespectful.
You
You
look
don't
like
want
a
to know who it
domestic
is.
terrorist. And you actually like Manny Fresh in the face.
No, I've heard Manny Fresh. I've heard Mike Tyson.
So you like a 50-year-old dyke? That's what Manny
Yeah,
Fresh look like.
You crazy.
Niggas been getting on Manny Fresh for
Manny
forever.
Fresh, Mike Tyson, and since I cut off my hair off, yeah.
I can see Tyson a little bit.
Since I cut all my hair off, Suge Knight, like constant, nonstop.
If you scowled on niggas.
Look, here goes a chick sending me the shit right here.
I'm dead. You do look like
Oh,
that
this
nigga
is
a little bit.
disrespectful.
Curl your shit up.
Right. A little activated,
You
little
look
escrow
like a
kid.
untrustworthy nigga that entered the country.
Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is black beauty right here. You feel me?
He said an untrustworthy nigga that entered into the country.
In this motherfucker.
Like, and he drive a Honda, so you know he about to blow the
Hey, you
whole
gonna put the
world.
whip out there?
You got the Philly Al Qaeda beard.
Man.
Please.
Y'all mad because y'all can't grow it.
I ain't gonna.
Never could. That's terrible.
It just don't connect, right?
Nigga, that's terrible.
It just don't
Hey, I
connect.
feel like once my shit
if it
fully
ain't
go bald, then I'll be able to
He said
grow
it
my
ain't
shit
connected
more.
yet. What do you mean yet? You 40.
I didn't
If it
say
ain't-
yet.
if it
You
ain't-
put
Nigga,
stuff out there. I said nothing about
if
yet.
it's not hit now, it ain't hitting ever.
I don't care.
Y'all
still
niggas
look good.
fools,
With the
man.
right barber though,
I still look
the
good.
right barber will line your shit up no matter how patchy you are and make your shit look right.
You ain't
Because
lying.
the Antonio Brown shit is terrible, but there's some times where that nigga be getting some. Damn, I
Are
forgot
we
that was your
clowning?
man's too.
Are we clowning this early on a Saturday?
We can still clown.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, happy
No, we can't talk
Cinco
about
de Mayo.
Antonio Brown. We can't do it. That's his.
That ain't nah.
That's his man's.
That's not. Hey, we can talk about whatever the fuck y'all want to talk
Hey,
about.
Antonio, I hope you see this.
Yeah.
We don't care. We say what we say. We do what we do. If you want to, you can be a guest. We'll talk it to your
Are they
face.
paying the bills around this bitch? No,
At all.
fuck them niggas.
At all. So Once again, like you said, we got Podson on the show, so really, really dope, in my opinion, the #1 podcast in Arizona right now. Just from a content standpoint, from a guest standpoint, from a setup standpoint. So we'll kind of take it back a little bit. Give them some of your background, where you from, where were you born, and what led you up to this point.
What you want people to know about you.
Yeah, I'm from Phoenix, Arizona for sure, born and raised. I was came up in Maryville when I was young. I think the first spot I lived, I was born in St. Joseph's Hospital. I think the first spot I lived at was 51st and McDowell in townhouses. I think they call them the townies after that. Shit was pretty wicked. And then
Maryville for real.
Moved down the street to my granny crib after my parents or my pops went to prison. And I was on 63rd and McDowell. That's where my granny house is now, where I did the podcast to begin. After that, we moved to El Mirage, I moved down the street again in Maryville. After that, we moved to El Mirage about the time I was 11 years old or something like that. And I started going to Luke Elementary, which is where I met this nigga brother.
Man.
You know, and this nigga bro, you think this nigga funny, this nigga brother is a clown. Bro. I'm talking about a motherfucking clown. But so that's where I met them. That's in El Mirage, Arizona. It's kind of like the outskirts of Phoenix.
Outskirts of everything. That's halfway to Los Angeles.
What Maryville? Because I met some dudes from Maryville before, and I've been over there. Maryville is a very, very Mexican populated. From my understanding,
it is now.
I've been over there.
It is now. Growing up, it was black.
It was black. Okay,
it was black. It started transitioning. I think almost by the time we left. I think a lot of black people started going out further west, and that's we was one of those people.
And then,
but yeah, it was black growing up, bro.
So who do you know from? Because Maryville, we got some artists from Maryville out here. We got some dudes doing some big things. So who did you know back then, or who are you connected with now that is from the hometown?
Who did I know back then? It was mostly people from school. I didn't know nobody that grew up to really get popping.
Right.
Now I would say shout out to Mike Millie. I know he got a big stronghold on Maryville. He owns Another Level barbershop.
Okay.
Veil Boy. There's a lot of people from Maryville on the west side that do their thing, you know. But yeah, I didn't like back then. It was different though. Everybody that I know that grew up kind of ended up not in the greatest.
Yeah, it's not a great area. Yeah, so if you're from Arizona,
if you come from the hood, you gonna do hood things for the majority of like a product of environment.
Yeah, I feel like I got out just in time before middle school, you know. So
and it's a real culture shock too, because my family, they from the South, so I moved out here from Florida, see my family in the South, then went to El Mirage. So going from Maryville to El Mirage to Luke at that, which is one of the only elementary schools in Arizona to where you can't walk home. It's in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? You either got to get picked up or you taking a bus. Everybody, like, it was a super, super strict school. I did 8th grade year there. So how was that transition from Maryville to somewhere like Luke Elementary?
It was a love-hate relationship, and I had a tough time transitioning. I remember my first year, I slapped a kid with a math book and busted his face. It was a tough
he the baby's twin for real. They smacking niggas for no reason.
That's the type of school that, like, you do some shit like that, your teacher's telling you about to be in jail for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but it was nice though. It's like looking back, it probably is what kept me from being that wild nigga, you know what I'm saying? Going out there, and so it's so much diversity out there, because not only is it El Mirage where there's a lot of diversity, you have black, white, and Mexican, it's the fucking military base.
You get all the army
You got the military kids who have lived around the world.
And then not the Philippines, what's the big one? Everyone came from Germany.
Korea, Germany, Vietnam. It was nice though, because looking back, that puts you around so much military structure and so much different culture. And then Dysart's not the greatest high school, but I look back at Luke and I'm like, that's kind of where I got some of my manners and some of my like
good traits.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Any teacher you want to shout out? Because look, I went to Luke and I had one of the best teachers of my life, Mr. Campbell. Did you have Mr. Campbell?
Nah, hell no.
Bruh. Cool
Mr.
dude.
Mr. Sanders was my nigga.
Okay, Mr. Sanders, what'd he do?
He was a social studies teacher at Luke.
Okay. Man, there was some wicked teachers there, but there were some chill ones.
And then Mr. Sanders went to Dysart and was a coach. You know the nigga.
Black Mr. Sanders, cool ass dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I know Mr. Sanders, cool dude. He's hella dope. He looked like Montel Williams.
Yeah.
I used to tell him that all the time.
He lived a traumatic life. He said somebody put a homeowner put a gun in his face when he was 8 and threatened to blow his head off.
Okay. Man, there was some wicked teachers there, but there were some chill ones.
And then Mr. Sanders went to Dysart and was a coach. You know the nigga.
Black Mr. Sanders, cool ass dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I know Mr. Sanders, cool dude. So, as far as the transition goes from El Mirage, did you go to Dysart all 4 years?
No, and this is probably what almost threw me back
Set you back a century.
This is what almost fucked me up again. So my freshman year, I went to Westview. Westview High School is in Avondale. And the reason I went there is because a lot of my family went there and shit like that, so I wanted to go to Westview. Bro, Westview was a great school, and it almost had like a college-style courses. You didn't go to the same class every day.
Right.
Like, you'd go to one class when, like, it was crazy.
Yeah. You got a class Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
You won't even see that teacher again until, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Okay.
But, so it was dope. Right outside the school, though, there was this block called 100 Block. That's where I met people like D-Mac Deluxe, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
You know, he went, you know, like he was like the big homie there. When I was a freshman, he was a junior. But
Did he always have that sauce?
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna be honest, I seen D-Mac towards the end, like kind of right before, cause his music was buzzing. But after, like just everyone showing him so much love, and he just like he was a funny dude.
Yeah.
The music was hard, and he kind of had that like smooth, like
always
East
the
style
same,
kind of.
I ain't gonna front, I ain't gonna hold you up. And like I think about niggas, and a lot of niggas do get cool after. No, he was that
the whole time.
The same nigga, hella fly, doing different shit, like wearing different
didn't care, bro, at all.
But fly crippin', you know what I'm saying? Like the nigga was definitely holding it down. But it was a real gang out there. Like these niggas, a lot of them niggas actually in the sad because D-Mac is going too now. But a lot of them niggas is dead in jail. It just didn't turn out well. You know what I mean? But
So you were hanging around there when you were going to work?
Yeah, I wasn't banging, but that's where I was at every day. I wanted to hang with them niggas. I wanted to do what they was doing, and I wanted to see what they was doing. At one point, I missed school for 2 weeks in a row. You know, just hanging with bitches and hanging with them niggas. I wasn't even, my mom would drop me off, and I would go off to the block.
Off the fence.
I'm telling you, I'm not playing.
Damn. And that was what, freshman year?
That was freshman year. That's why I had to go to Dizard. I said, yeah, I can't do this.
And then in Dizard, y'all, you had Dizard on lock. So for people who don't know, for anyone who's watching this, knowing that went to Dizard, knows Dizard, y'all had a little crew.
Right, boy.
All the poppin' older niggas was in it. We had everything from athletes to, you know what I mean?
Stole it straight from Jason. They didn't even ask.
Bro, we be at lunch and you hear the rock. Niggas just like this, throwing it up like crazy, the party. So just talk about the Dizard days, and I know a little bit of your backstory, but that's kind of where like the podcast, not idea or anything, but that's where you first got your foot in the door doing stuff like that. So kind of talk about that.
Oh, definitely. And I had 2 stints at Dizard because if you remember, I got kicked out for a year. But
you go to Sundown or anything?
Yeah, Sundown. So sophomore year was, it was kind of dope. And I had a lot of different experiences. Like I was a kid who did stuff like went to Unitown and then come back and break into the school.
That shit would change your life, bro. You would go to Uniontown coming back wanting to preach the word of God and hug everybody.
Nah, but then I would be breaking into the school and shit like that. Like
how long did it last though? How long did you come back on that high of peace and love?
A day.
You disrespectful.
His heart was
you disrespectful.
His heart
Nah, that's
black.
my niggas is disrespectful. I went and seen them niggas and they was, you know,
doing some shit. Yeah.
They got you back on the dark side.
Yeah, he made it.
Bro, Uniontown is literally
you went and walked the straight and narrow and then went right back. And these niggas was like, come on, nigga, we finna do this. And you was like, yeah.
It made the high even more intense.
Uniontown is literally up in like, it's not Flagstaff, but it's up in that area.
Prescott.
It's in Prescott. It's nothing but cabins. And it's youth, boys and girls, teachers, mentors, and it's literally people coming through telling their stories. I was a drug addict, I was this, and it's just about unity and learning.
Wait, I ain't hear no drug addict.
Sound like a cult.
We had it's something you do in the school. And you had to be selected for it. So like the counselors had
we specifically selected you.
So you either a really good person or they see you going down a bad path.
Some cult type shit. You right.
It sound like a cult.
But like,
and they didn't truly teach us nothing. Like when I look back, like what was the actual message?
You ate good as hell. Don't tell me that food wasn't good.
Fire.
Nigga, 3 solid meals a day.
Yeah.
Fire. Okay, so you came back.
Pancakes, they had flapjacks, nigga.
He said, "What did you learn?" I don't know that I learned anything.
So you came back.
Eat good.
Started fucking around again, and you got kicked out sophomore year?
Yes, I took a starter pistol to school, which I found at school for you fuck niggas.
A starter pistol?
Yeah, the one, the track gun.
You know, yeah.
You know what I
Don't
mean?
shoot nothing, shoot blanks only.
But my dumb black ass loaded some real bullets in it.
No, you a dumbass?
Dumbass.
Do you know what? Because it's got the metal wedge right down there. Yeah, it's gonna backfire.
I'm gonna give you one even more, if something even crazier. It happened the same week as Virginia Tech. So I was really out of there.
You was tripping.
Oh, wow.
I was really out of there.
Okay, so you know we always say that niggas don't do stupid shit.
That was some dumbass shit.
He chose the worst week in the world to do the most stupidest, and I'm sorry Caucasians, stupidest white shit that you could ever do.
If you would've that week, if you would've put your hand up like a girl, you get kicked out of school.
Nah, it was bad.
This nigga took a starter pistol. Okay, so how'd you get caught? You waving it around, you showing your homies?
You thought you was
What was you doing, Goofy?
Pulling, had it in your waistband, pulling your shirt
A
up.
little bit, a little not. It was in my backpack. It was in my backpack, and I was walking. Told Jay.
You
This nigga Jay gonna try to grab the gun out, and as soon as he did, bro, it was Mr. Bloom and Coach somebody else. These niggas over there flipping like police. Put the bag down. But the funny thing is, they didn't know us at the time. But we kind of froze like deers. If we were smart, nigga, we could have took off and been
threw
gone.
the gun. It would have been he say she say.
We could have just ran.
Right.
Like they was out 50.
Came back to school with nothing.
Nigga, we sat there and waited for them to apprehend us, like tripping. So
that's kid shit.
Kid shit.
Yeah, when you're young, you just do because
what
adults,
was it?
Adults at that time got more control.
Shout out to Jay Blanchard.
Nigga, we could have been the fuck out of there, and I'm like, yo, we just stood there and waited for these niggas.
And Dysart is right by a home community. You hop a fence, you hit the neighborhood, you out of there. Like it's so okay. So you got jammed. Did they get the resource officer involved? Did the cops come?
They got all that happened.
You went to jail?
But all of the above, except the jail part.
They scared the fuck out of you. Put you in handcuffs?
Yeah, nah, they didn't even take us. They just told us we was gonna have a hearing, which they ended up letting us or throwing us out. And niggas went to sundown, and luckily they let us in the sundown because I was like I said, I wilded out at Westview my freshman year, so I was actually a little behind.
Yeah. I
had a good GPA, but I had missed so many classes. I was just short on credits. Yeah. Nigga went to sundown, got
30 credits in 6 months type shit.
Stole most of them too.
Crazy.
I stole a lot of my high school education.
Hell yeah. Okay.
How you steal some credits?
Yeah. Bro, sundown do not care. If you show up, they give you a credit at sundown.
I found a way to finesse them bitches.
You tripping.
Yeah.
So you went to sundown, didn't get no better, didn't learn. Got blessed to go back to Dysart.
Start hitting bad bitches at sundown too. Let's throw that in there.
All the fine hood rat bitches.
Yeah, hood rat bitches,
like
boy.
Retarded, bad homes.
But some of these hoes was fine.
Fine as hell. Fine as hell. Don't get it twisted.
We know the biggest spots in the world is the baddest chicks in the world.
Man.
So you was
around that time.
You was hitting the same thing that a lot of other motherfuckers already hitting too.
Y'all know,
just look good.
Yeah, I mean at that time I hope we was too young for them to be fucking a lot of
But look, but this is what happened too. It carried over to back to Dysart. When you came back,
senior year was lit, boy.
Bro, when you came back, it was just like it was conversations going around like certain girls like, yeah, niggas be like, yeah, it wouldn't even be like the homie had it or he had it, it's like the Rock had it. When you hit a Rock had it, it was like, okay. And y'all had some like retarded grimy niggas. Like, I'm sorry, shout out to the whole Rock, shout out to Alec, shout out to JG, shout out to Jay Blanchard, shout out to Leo.
One of them niggas is
but once Leo hit it, I ain't want it. I'm straight. If you let Leo hit it, I don't give a fuck if it was a squad party or not. I'm straight.
What's wrong with Leo?
What you mean? There ain't nothing wrong with Leo.
I want to know.
I'm just saying. That's the squad. Y'all let the squad go?
I don't know about all that. I never heard those stories.
Okay.
They said the Rock had it.
There's a few of them the Rock had.
A few? There's a lot.
There's a lot. And then that was the time when Party Crews was really popping. Y'all was kind of a party crew, but kind of just like a little clique. So, I mean, at Dysart,
Young street niggas ended up in El Mirage plus Alec.
Right. Plus Alec had to throw that in there. You know what I mean? We had The Rock, we had Certified Stars, we had, PNP. Who else was it? There was a few little squads.
I remember PNP.
I remember PNP
Certified
too.
Stars was a little younger.
Yeah. It's my bro and them. No, because Leonard was in something. Y'all graduated the same year or no?
It wasn't the year we graduated. I think it was the year after.
Year before, but it was a real corny, bad time too. Niggas was getting white t-shirts, buying paint from Walmart. Made their t-shirts, you know what I mean? Airbrushing, so crazy. So what good came out of Dysart though? I know you did a lot of crazy shit. It was a lot of partying, a lot of good times, but what would you say helped you at Dysart, catapult you to what you did after Dysart?
Definitely what I'm doing now is a total product of Dysart. And not just podcasting, not even just Dysart, Westview also. So theater was my main thing that I did first. And I did that at both schools. Yeah. So I Can Kill a Monologue. I actually got a short movie out if y'all want to watch it.
Is that with Futuristic? And...
Nah, that was when I did the video with him. I did a little short movie where I kidnapped a chick and shit like that. But I'm gonna be doing some films. So I mean, acting, that's where I came from. But just being behind the camera, that led to going to Dysart doing DTV.
Yeah, the morning news.
Yeah, media broadcasting at the school. So I learned how to like work a teleprompter and a green screen, edit video, all that at a very young age. And then at the same time, I would be the anchor on the TV, do the news, shit like that. And before then, I want to say I had a love for broadcast journalism. Like I always loved current events and shit like that. It was more writing back then. With DTV made me want to turn it more visual, and so yeah, lead directly into podcasting and everything I'm doing right now.
And did you see that vision at that time, or was it just like a good pastime? It was better having broadcasting class than another elective, or
nah, I seen that vision because I was into it before then. I've always been into it. Like I wanted to be a sports broadcaster when I was young. I watched people on ESPN and shit like that, and it always intrigued me. Like
that's what would you say is your passion?
Broadcasting for sure, but it's hard because I'm such a, I would say ADHD, and I was never diagnosed, don't get me wrong, but that's why it's more like multimedia than just broadcasting. Yeah. So I use that to leverage it to other opportunities like acting, like getting in the business side of it, like, you know what I mean?
What's your favorite thing of this whole multimedia branding thing, the things that we do from podcasts to acting to the editing to just...
I would say probably conducting an interview. I like the broadcast journalism, yeah, for sure. Even like investigative journalism or reporting, whatever. That's probably my favorite part of it, but I just try not to get lost in that, you know what I'm saying? Because
you gotta have different avenues, because sometimes you never know which one gonna pop up first.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm interested, I'm deeply, like, and I'm not even being interested, I'm talented at all of them. Yep. And more than that, I feel like I've worked enough to perfect this skill. Like, this is all I do, you know? So I don't do nothing else. I sit around and I focus on those things, you know?
That's dope. So, for the people who don't know, like we said, he does have a YouTube channel again. It is Podson Radio on YouTube. And like you said, his favorite thing is conducting those interviews. And this guy is, 92 episodes in?
Yes, sir.
So has 92 episodes of pure content from you guys, for you guys. Everything from local artists to gold medal Olympians to Devo interviews. I mean, it's crazy when you really go look at the work that this guy's put in. So, again, we're going to drop that. Check that out now. Throughout of that, just give out some names. Give out some names from, one, some of your most favorite interviews. And two, just some of those big names that you have had the chance to sit down and talk to and kick the shit with.
Yeah, well, I gotta give a big shout out to Jamal Miles and Willie North Pole. They kind of started me off with launching the show off. Like he said, recently I did Devo. You know, I made him cry. Y'all go check that one out.
Check it out.
I don't know what he's going through now, but whatever.
Shout out to you.
I did Marcus Wheaton, you know, Pittsburgh Steelers. I did Futuristic, Lacey K. Summers, Napoleon from the Outlaws, Mikey Garcia was one of the top boxers, you know what I'm saying? So, man, I've interviewed a bunch of people. AMG, the AMG stories was crazy. I got a Master P interview coming up. We got some shit. And it's not just about the name, it's about I really treat them with care. Maurice Green, you know, shout out to Olympic gold medalist. That's coming out on Monday. I just interviewed Maurice Green. But, yeah, it's really about putting in the work and giving you an in-depth interview with good content. So if you sit there and watch it, you feel like you're going through a story. So
it's crazy, as you say, you're about to do an interview with Master P. And I've never had direct contact or connect to Master P. But 99 through a show for Mr. Servone. He actually tried to steal one of my artists then, because I was going to college and I started a record label. I had an artist, her name was Hattie. She went by Little Dirty. Mr. Servone came to come do my show and then tried to steal one of my artists because she was hard. Now, and since about 2009, shout out to Pace 804 and then Fiend. So Fiend, Mr. Womp Womp, like to this day, me and him are like this. So actually, I just did a couple projects for him, 4 or 5 months ago.
Oh, that's dope.
So I do his videos, I do some of his marketing. He was coming out with a new mixtape there, and I was part of that whole thing and getting all the work done for him at that point in time. Yeah. We chop it up on a regular.
No, that's dope, man. Yeah, man. I'm about to go out there soon to do it, man. It's gonna be in LA, but I'll definitely
That's
keep
the home.
you.
That's
I met
the
him
home.
through Jay Tweezy. You know Tweezy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I met the nigga through.
Yep. So, and that's the dope thing about your channel too, is like you have all these big names, but yet you still do people like, you know what I mean, Jay Lynn.
Yeah.
You still do people like local artists,
Yeah.
which is super dope because if people look back and they know your footwork, you really started getting celeb or good interviews
Way back.
way back.
Yeah.
And they still don't stop you from messing with people you came up with or people who are just on the move. So that's the thing I really, really like about the channel, because once people hit that plateau or that catapult, they don't really look back. So
Yeah.
just talk about kind of why you do that and why you feel like it's important to still touch with the local scene as well as the celebrities.
You know, for one, that's an amazing question because I'm just getting to the point where I'm actually about to start saying fuck that. But it's the reason I've done it up until now is me trying to grow the Arizona scene simultaneously.
Yep.
So having a love for Arizona and shit like that, because I could just focus on doing business podcasts or such and such, but I have a love for the Arizona music scene, so that's the only reason I do that. And then at the same time, it's about not even just being humble. Nigga, it don't matter what you do. It don't matter what height you take it to. It don't matter how much money you got. You still you.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
Real is
like
real.
nobody cares. At the end of the day, nobody even cares, bro. Like especially if they not getting money with you.
Right.
Like
Okay, I'm
you know what I'm saying? Like that shit don't
Let me
mean
get a piece.
a motherfucking thing. So
Right.
I just always stay myself, and I know I'll always stay myself. It wouldn't matter what the fuck. Like the only thing I could ever see myself change with is maybe money. Like obviously, with accumulating more money.
Right.
And,
And
shit
then
like that.
time and money kind of changes at the same time, because once you get in a certain amount of money, your time is more valuable. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's definitely understandable, but I feel like you do a good job of touching the pulse and kind of what you said. You're doing it to grow the Arizona scene. So I kind of want to touch on it a little bit. You shook the city up a little bit with this comment. So you posted something on the book, basically just saying you feel like the hip hop scene, blacks in the hip hop scene and entertainment and modeling, anything to do with the culture, you feel like is not being appreciated in Arizona at the moment.
Fuck no.
And I agree with you. We had this talk through text. We had this talk in person when I came on your show. But you feel like it's not being just appreciated. And you made a post, and in your position with the people you know a lot of people in radio out here. You know a lot of people who have a say in the scene out here. And some of them were vibing with what you said.
Yeah,
so,
hell nah.
Just talk about that a little bit.
That's
Nah. of
That's
course they
exactly.
not.
You know what I mean?
So I've only been in Arizona for 7 years. And in the last 7 years, when I first moved here, I was still somewhat active in the music industry. But like I had my last show, like my true retirement show at the Celebrity Theater, right? I've seen some of the local music that's been around here so far, so forth and so on. And I will say this, I don't see a lot of black artists out here that are like really, really doing it. So the one person that I know, and I know personally, is he was signed to DTP.
Willie North Pole.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Will and my cousin were actually super tight when they were signed to DTP, and that's actually how me and him even got to the level to where we have the
Who's your
relationship
cousin
that we
for the
have
people
today.
who don't know?
So for my cousin, Little Howard, you guys know him as Chingy. And he, even to this point, like right now, you would think, because he's the only person that's truly been signed and came out of Arizona. He has no presence here.
No,
like,
I
he
know.
has a little bit,
Nigga can't get
Bro.
Throwback Thursday.
but he has no presence.
He was talking about this.
He has his new studio, which has been open for about 3 years now. I was there before the studio. He opened the studio to where now he's got the studio open and a thing like that. People don't even realize Busta Rhymes' cousins out here, Rampage. Rampage live in Levine. Y'all, how do you not have him on every platform in Arizona?
Right. And that's what he's saying. He was saying as simple as a nigga can't get a birthday post. Like
Yeah,
for niggas who
futuristic.
really did. Who were you saying that
I was
was
talking
an
about
Olympian?
Lil
That
Clay, Futuristic. I was talking about Mitch. I was talking about just Vita Ruler. I'm talking about just niggas that should be prospering on them. And Futuristic is rich, so he don't give a fuck.
right.
Don't get me wrong.
And the thing is
But-
too, these are people with their body of work who should be prospering across the U.S. But they're not even prospering where they're from, which is the fucked up part.
But I'll say
Like,
this about Futuristic. Futuristic, even like in the actual music industry wide, he's barely scratched the surface.
Oh yeah,
but he's finding his lane.
We're talking Arizona specifically.
Right, but you got to think he did it a different way. He has a cult following base.
From what I've seen or what I've heard so far, a lot of people are feeling futuristic. But what I can say about a lot of artists, especially so for me, moving from Missouri, like in St. Louis, oh man, if you say Rucker Puff, the city coming. If you say Nelly, the city coming. If you say Murphy Lee, the city.
Yeah, but just to talk back to your point, it's more so starting from the top. So what do you feel like is the biggest thing hindering us now, and what do you feel like we could do to change it and take back? Because your point, people misinterpret it. It's just your point is it's our culture, which is true.
Yeah, that's all.
We are the pioneers of rap.
Everything. No.
And hip hop and rap influences
the whole
influences
culture.
everything
Clothing,
else, streetwear,
music,
and people know that. That's why the top heads of these recording companies, these clothing brands, these are all square ass white people who wouldn't play your music for their daughter or their wife. You know what I mean? So I get your point. It starts at the top. So what do you feel like can change it, and what are you doing personally to help change it?
What do I think can change it out here?
You think it's
realistically?
dead?
I don't think there's a lot of hope for it.
Not true. I'll say it.
You know.
Okay, so the situation we're talking about in Calabasas. Mm-hmm. So imagine if we did that here. Let's say we get a dope house in Scottsdale. We have everybody come together, not for no party shit, but we actually sit down and we put a situation together where we say every year we're gonna do an annual basketball game. Every year we're gonna do a annual music show for the people, but we always have to come together. We have to do this. If we don't sit down together and do the exact same thing as what we did in St. Louis, if we don't sit down and we don't put the situations together as a whole, as a team, and create that, then it's never gonna happen.
Yeah,
because we have to do. Because let's put it like this: when you drop tracks, like real tracks, and you actually promote it, it does good. People pay attention to you. When Futuristic drops a track and he pushes it, or he goes and does he'll do a round of shows in Scottsdale, people come out for that. If Rampage, he don't do a whole lot, but he does a little. When he does something and he throws that whole conglomerate situation out there, people actually show up, right? Now imagine if all of these people came together. And you got your contacts, I got my contacts, you got your contacts, right? And we all come together in one movement and put this situation together. You mean to tell me this city?
So where we gonna do this at?
Wherever we want to.
We gonna do it at a club in Scottsdale? Whatever we
like
you wear Jordans?
So you ain't gotta do a club in Scottsdale.
So where we gonna do it?
We can do it. We can go rent out as well. We can get celebrity theater.
Nah, putting it like that, it could be done. But the problem is, it's you gotta compete, and you gotta not only compete, you almost gotta destroy and rebuild. Truthfully, so to answer the question more thoroughly, and what he said is a great point, but the city is too hopelessly divided for that to realistically happen during our time, at least. But for it to happen now, somebody would have to make a hit record, and they got to be a real hit, and the person has to be black, obviously.
Right.
And I'm talking about a real hit record, which the city's never had. Right. And Body Marked Up was great, and there's a few songs that have been great, but the city has never had a true hit record.
Right.
So we need somebody to come out with a true fucking hit record, everybody to get behind it, and then they got to throw some shit in the city that's ran by black promoters.
That's what I was gonna say. Because even then, these Mexican or white people who are running the radio,
they gotta be clamoring to get to the.
They're gonna exactly. They're gonna play it regardless because they're gonna get spin, but it's gonna take that artist to play. No, I don't want it on your station unless we can.
You see what I'm saying?
Because they're gonna play it regardless. They only play what's hot, and to them right now, it's the Mexican artists or just people who are.
That's what it would take.
Exactly.
That's what it would take.
So it's gonna take for someone to get a hit record and say, no, I don't want to be played on 98.3. I don't want to be played on. The
person got to come out and speak out and be like, I don't even fuck with them.
Exactly.
Like, they don't fuck with us at all.
And
you
this
know
is
what
the
I'm saying?
move we have to make.
That's what it would take right now. Like, but and what I'm doing, I don't say nothing personally because I'm kind of indifferent and I don't care, truthfully. But
because you're not an artist. But
I do my things to try to help out the scene by exposure and doing a little different shit to give back whatever I can. But it's not my responsibility. Which we still do, and that's coming back up in a month, a little over a month and shit like that, a month and a half. But Yeah, that shit for the birds, kind of like.
Yeah.
At this point, and I travel so much, my eyes are so much bigger now.
That's what really.
I don't even look at the city like I do no more. Even from a size scale, it looks small at this point.
Right.
Like you go to other places, nobody even.
But see, that's what I would say is because this is a smaller city. This is probably one of the easiest cities to actually blow up and put on a map in such a way.
But we're not running the city though. That's the thing.
But who says you can't? Running a city is a simple process.
Just so many years of I don't even know what you call it, them running up the skull on us. But if a nigga come out from out here with a motherfucking hit record and he's down for the cause, then we can turn some shit around.
Shit, don't make me start doing
somebody that get a hit record and go to the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, and then be like, yeah, fuck them.
Right.
Man, the scene is out there on some whole shit
like that. You know what I mean? Oh, y'all play me now. Take my song off the radio. I'm straight.
I don't even fuck with y'all.
Yeah, I'm straight.
Yeah, so that's what it was.
And I don't think it's just radio. I don't want to make it seem like it's just radio. It's the clubs out here. You know what I mean? They're not letting us in the club, but they playing our music. You can't wear Jordans in Scottsdale, but they playing the Baby. They playing Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? So it's a real weird stigma. They profiting off of us, but they not.
But that's
fucking with
every
us.
single city.
No, bro, it's not
really.
though. How was it in New Orleans when you was out there?
City, but no, I'll say this.
Okay, so you're going to urban cities.
No.
Right?
Let me explain the question from where he did it, from what he was saying, kind of. So every city is like that.
Yeah.
But this is why I say every city has a section that's like that.
Correct.
Yep.
Phoenix, Scottsdale is that section.
No, Phoenix and Scottsdale is just like
Arizona
that.
is the section.
It's just like that.
Arizona.
Like that, nigga, it's just like that.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
I don't wear Jordans, so I don't know about the whole Jordan.
No, and not just that. Like you can get it. You can wear Jordans to West End and get in, but then still you gonna see. It's nigga, it's just different.
If you come to the scene out here, you know what we're talking about.
for y'all that don't really know, like, the last 3-4 months?
Yeah.
Is the most that I have gone out the entire 7 years that I've been here. Like, I can still count on 2 hands how many times I've been to a club, and that would include even going to like the strip clubs, like gentleman clubs. Yep. Like when I moved, I came here to 1, get away from the music industry and away from a lot of people that knew who I was. 2, start over. 3, build and brand my businesses the way that I wanted to with no one's help and build something up, like create a whole brand new empire, a whole brand new platform, and doing things like this where it's not me calling in on people that I know and have messed with to do something different, like do it 100% on my own. Yeah. So the things that you guys are talking about, I don't 100% know, because I haven't been out there.
Yeah.
But now it makes me want to be out there.
Yeah. Now this is just a I don't know. It's not a place to really come from as just a black person, black entertainer, or just even growing up black out here. This motherfucker can be fucked up at times. But
I mean, growing up black
anyway.
Yeah.
Black,
sure. I mean, but at least then you got everybody going through it with you, which is not cool because you know that don't make it no better. Right. But out here, nigga, you going through it, and everybody else ain't going through it. Right. Like, yeah. It's like, yo, what the fuck? Yo.
Yeah, and I didn't want to harp on it too much, but I just definitely wanted to touch the topic. I think that one of the first steps is talking about it, you know what I mean? This ain't nothing new. Anyone near the scene seen it for years, you know what I mean? But just wanted to talk on it, and I commend you for speaking on it because, like I said, you have a platform where a lot of club promoters and radio personalities and people in the music scene can see your stuff, and you had some people
backing you. A little hard.
Yeah, you had some people backing you. You had some people pushing against you, but
I went a little hard on them. But I mean, it don't matter. I'm secure in my stance at this point, and
we're not saying nothing wrong. We're not saying no one else is making good music. There's some great music coming out. You had G-Mo on the show.
Yeah,
he made good music.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Bougie, all those guys. There's guys out here who are not black, who are pushing the music scene, putting in time, been rapping for 10 years type shit, and are doing it. So we're not knocking nobody at all. We're just saying from a certain standpoint, we just not getting the love we should be getting. So.
Nah, for sure. That's all I was saying.
I mean, it's just black love, black pride.
Oh, God. Now.
We love what we love, whether it be light skin, dark skin, or right down the middle.
You're not down the middle. You're a dirty light skin. I already told you this. Now.
Ain't even a real thing.
Anyways, so my guy here, the star-studded interviewer, had a magical night out one time. So I want you to touch on the story a little bit, how you got connected with that, who you were with, and just give us some details on the night. What happened?
Oh, you talking about the night I went out with DJ Quick.
DJ Quick.
This was almost like 6 months ago now. Maybe this May so.
Okay. How'd you meet
So
him?
this was Arizona State Fair. And actually, no, let me rewind. So I met him before. I met him the week before we went out.
Okay.
And both times was through AMG. AMG is Bitch Better Have My Money. He's on the Trouble song with DJ Quick. That when I bubble was trouble. Fast lane, get money on the double. You know.
AMG.
Yeah. So I met the nigga through AMG. First time I met him, it was kind of like, I don't know, nigga almost like felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. And so we was at the press room downtown Phoenix, and AMG gave me the backstage access. I walked back there and say what's up to AMG. Quick just standing right there. He's like, oh yeah, this Quick. I'm like, oh.
He said it like it was like a cousin or something.
You know, what's up, nigga? And I'm back here. They got all type of drinks and strawberries and chicken and food in the green room.
Because on the rider.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, these niggas back here doing this shit up. So that was pretty much the experience. And I met Sugar Free that night, High C, Second to None, all them. So shout out to them. That was pretty much the extent of that night. A week goes by.
Did you chop it up with him at all the night?
No, that night it was literally what's up. We chopped it a little bit because we in the same room the whole time, but it wasn't much. So then the week goes by. They book Quick again, but they book him to the State Fair. So AMG is like, okay, come meet us at the fair. Same thing, backstage experience. This time it was crazy. Like, bunch of people back there. It was crazy.
Because everybody come out to Arizona State Fair. That's the one place where they can get motherfuckers to come out.
So I got back there with Quick and AMG, and he Quick had recognized me from the last week, obviously. Right. So we start chopping it up. We go out there. This time I go on stage with the niggas while they do the show. That shit was dope. Actually, that was probably the only part I took footage.
You got footage? I was gonna say you got some footage, my guy.
The only part I took footage of. I'm not the
They will
Instagram
respect
nigga.
you being in the industry. One, starting off as an artist, then going to like doing the promotion and the management portion. Like a lot of people always say, well, I don't believe it because you ain't got a picture.
Yeah.
They respect you
For
more when you're not on some, hey, look who I'm with, click shit.
Now, I took a little video of Papa Those too, but other than that, I didn't really videotape too much. You know, so we got on stage, and then after we get off stage, we go back to the green room, and I'm like, okay, I don't even know where I had fucking parked my car. It was State Fair somewhere crazy. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get out of here, whatever, go take my car. They like, nah, nigga, come with us. Leave your car. We about to get in the Suburban. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, fuck it, fuck it.
Fuck that car.
Nigga, we hop in the big stupid celebrity Suburban.
Driver in the tux.
Niggas like, yo, first we about to go to the studio because I got the studio. So now we can work on some music. I can do the podcast. Studio's on I-17 in Northern. We get to about there, niggas like, yo, we hungry, man. Is there something around here? Like, yo, Papa Those.
Right there, smack.
And niggas went up there, everybody looking over from their tables. Like, you know what I mean? You could just see people, like, they knew that was DJ Quick for the most part. He is the West Coast, West Side. People know what the fuck going on.
Yeah.
So, nigga took me to Papa Those. And I, at the time, I wasn't broke, but I was wounded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was wounded. You know what I'm saying?
I was
you fund all your own stuff.
Yeah.
Niggas, you don't have no job. Yeah, you do this full time.
Yeah, oh, for sure. A nigga ain't worked 9 to 5 in 3 years. But no, the nigga was a little wounded at the time. Yeah. So, nigga, I'm up. And I can still pay for my food. Otherwise, I ain't gonna go there. So I'm like, Papa Those. Nigga, like, damn, this shit.
I'm getting water.
Nah, I'm still ordering shit because I'm the type of nigga, like, I'm not going to sit there
I'm going to spend this lash for this. We're going to make this back.
Nigga, them niggas pay for everything. Niggas go to the strip club, niggas pay for it. Nigga ain't have to spend a whole dollar. Went to V Live, and I seen the groupie and male groupie experience. Yeah. It was just a crazy night. Like, a wild fucking night. For sure.
That's what's up. So how close were you to recording that night? Cause he was down to shoot.
Never.
Well, he was down to shoot.
Oh, recording a podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, very. We was about to go to the studio.
But they ended up getting food instead.
Yeah, nah, it's alright. God make things happen at the right time. So I'm still connected with Quick, so we'll be able to do the interview, whatever. Like, but yeah, that shit. We was about to go do that, and then we just ended up fucking up.
Yeah. But would you say best night of your adult life?
Oh, best night. Easy.
Easy.
Look, so I went from the fair to go get some food, go smack some ass.
Yeah.
Look,
that was a good night.
He knew it. As soon as they said leave your car, you already knew what type of night it was gonna be. Nigga said leave your car at the fair? Nigga, what?
Nah, it it wasn't like one of those, do you want to come with us? It was like, nigga, if you want to fuck with us, come with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No
like,
question.
And I'm like, okay.
That's like marriage on the line. I'm not coming home tonight.
I don't even know.
He was out there by himself in the middle of the parking lot type shit.
Bro. And no, I parked at a DPS police station.
Tripping. They're in your place 4 times.
No, that's the one place you're not gonna get told though.
It didn't get told.
But they definitely ran them plates.
Didn't get told. Parked at a DPS police station, my nigga.
Definitely. So obviously that's your best experience. What was your favorite interview that you've done so far?
It's tough to say. Napoleon probably.
From the Outlaws.
Yeah, because I'm a huge Tupac fan.
Yeah.
And he's on all the Tupac shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a Tupac fan, you've heard Napoleon 10 times over.
Yep.
Like, he's on all of the biggest songs.
I think Napoleon was the hardest worker out of all of them.
Yeah, he really.
Pac was recording and he was anywhere close, he was right there with
He got down with Pac since the Thug Life days too. So the interview and shit he told me about Tupac, that shit really was like
some fuego, some gems. Yeah, that's crazy. I've seen Napoleon, like I've seen this Vlad shit because he's been on Vlad. He's been on all the high market shows and interviews. So he be dropping gems and he was right there with them. And he talks about Pac's work ethic. He talks about Pac doing revolutionary shit, Pac doing the street shit. Like he just been around him. So how'd you connect with that one?
Man, that was God, bro. I DM'd him. That was it.
And he happened to be out here?
No, we did it over the phone. Saudi, he was in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. In Saudi Arabia. But it's easier to do an interview over the phone. So if you can interview anybody from anywhere.
You did Mikey Garcia's over the phone too, I believe.
Mikey Garcia's over the phone, yep. So,
okay. So do you feel like it's a different experience versus in person to over the phone?
It's harder over the phone, boy. It's harder. And it's like, it's the same. YouTube, it don't matter because truthfully, people click for the thumbnail and the title.
Right.
So over the phone, you're going to have a cool thumbnail, obviously. So that's why you see those interviews blow up the way they did. Like the Napoleon went stupid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Still, and that's how I know what clickbait can do for you. You know what I'm saying? But, man, that's
so you DM'd them, like, what does that DM look like? What's that first DM? I fuck with you. I'm following you for a long time. Like,
I'm gonna try to see if I can still find it. I might have deleted it, but
you delete messages? You keep going to your phone, bro.
Nah, I just be I don't even know. I'm gonna see if I did. Muta. Oh yeah, here we go. What's up, brother? My name is Malcolm Xavier. I run a podcast. This is April 20th, 2017. I run a podcast in Arizona. I would love to get you for a phone interview. Let's make it happen. And from there, we just chopped it up. Yeah, just like that. So sometimes you just gotta reach out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And at that time when you were first getting started, like, were you selective with who you were reaching out to? Were you?
Nah, I was more like I said. I was a big Tupac fan, so I was kind of doing. I'm a big boxing fan, so you know what I mean. I was doing shit like that, just whatever I like.
Are you familiar with BJ Flores?
The boxer? Yeah. He was a cruiserweight champion?
Yeah, so he's actually met her sister. I've been friends with them for years. So that's actually somebody.
He's an announcer too.
Yeah, he's an announcer for is it ESPN or Fox Sports?
Fox Sports.
Yeah, but he lives right over.
Can you link that?
Are you serious? Yeah, what man? Put me down.
Yeah, I can actually make that one.
Yeah,
put me down.
No, his sister, so his brother's actually a promoter in Scottsdale. But me and his sister been close since 99. We all lived in Missouri together. Yeah. So, we lived in Missouri together, and then she moved out here just a couple years ago. And as soon as she moved out here, like, we keep in touch. And he's seen her. She didn't come over here a couple times. She comes just to come watch the show. Watch the show.
Yeah, put me down for sure.
So the Napoleon one was your favorite one?
Yeah.
And why? Sure. Why was it? Just because of the fan you were?
Yeah, like that's really what it was. I think I have better interviews, but and on top of that, those phone interviews are tough, bro. Like. It's not like
really you can't feed off of each other's energy.
Exactly.
You don't know what you can or can't ask.
So you gotta be sharp, nigga, at every moment. Like,
Now, does that, like, before that, I'm sure you called them, this is what I want to talk about? Or okay.
Precisely. I do that right before the interview.
You know what I mean? This is what I want to talk about. So
nervous as fuck, heart beating fast.
Yeah?
Heart beating real fast.
That's crazy.
Like, damn, I didn't even know my heart could beat this fast. So,
you better have a good heart, you might have a heart attack.
And that was when I first started the podcast,
So, in-person interview, what's your favorite, man?
MC Magic, probably.
MC Magic? due
He
to the
old
content
school.
or due to like what made that your favorite?
Well, he's such a legend from out here.
Crazy.
And the content also. It's 2 hours long, and if you watch it through and really pay attention as a podcast fan, it's a story.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
it's like a movie. We were talking about earlier.
Like,
you feel like you seen his whole.
you're gonna come back out and feel like you know MC Magic,
right?
For sure.
How'd you line that one up?
iRock Daniels, man, and shout out to iRock Daniels, Marmara Studios. That's where I do my new podcast. That's how I met AMG. That's how I got the Futuristic podcast. He's done a few things for me. iRock and MC Magic are really close. So.
Shout out to y'all.
All right, with that,
shit.
we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after. Welcome back. We had to take a quick break, but we back on the show. We live.
We live.
So what's some of the next upcoming events that you got going on?
I don't have no real specific events. More focused on the podcast. I'm gonna be going to LA to be doing some auditions for a couple roles and shit, because I do a little acting and shit like that too. But I have some classes coming up specifically, which is a workshop that I'm doing for podcasters. I want to eventually do it more for younger people that are interested in getting into it. But for now, I'm focusing more on other people that are kind of startup or that are thinking about getting into it pretty much. And so what I'll do is, it's going to be a 3-day workshop where I kind of go through everything, the ins, outs, as far as editing, the equipment, setting up and breaking it down, from doing audio to editing audio to editing your visuals to actually conducting an interview, to coming up with the structure of the show, to literally everything that has to do with ins and out of a podcast. And then on the third day, I'm actually allow them to shoot a podcast. I'll bring a couple guests or allow them to bring in a guest, whatever the case may be. And then it's just gonna be really just, because I do it all. I do the engineering, I do the hosting, I do, nobody really helps me with anything as far as the podcast.
So when is this
goes.
particular situation, when's it starting?
The first classes, it's going to be a monthly thing, but the first classes are this month, the 14th, 15th, and 16th. I just created a page for it. I have Eventbrite links. It's 3 days, 2 hours each day, 7 to 9 p.m. So it's like after work hours and things like that. It's $150 per person to do the 3-day class.
And I'll cover you for all 3 days.
For all 3 days.
Oh, that's super good. Okay, so $150, you'll get the 3-day class. Where could they get more information? So someone who doesn't follow you now, can they email you for the Bright Link?
Yeah,
what
you
can
can
they do?
email me at podsonradio@gmail.com for sure.
Okay.
Or DM me.
And then I will make
Facebook.
sure that I put all the information below in the actual description of the show. So where it says guest, it'll have all the information for anything that he's actually got going on, as well as the links to all of his social media.
Yep, check out the workshop for sure. You definitely want to be there. If you ever thought about doing it, getting into podcasting, or even just recording in general, editing, there's a lot of stuff you can learn from it. It's a really good value. I will be there for some of the days, so make sure you guys check it out.
I will definitely be there, causing shake and reaping havoc. And looking good as a motherfucker.
Something wrong with this dude. He got his second pair of skinnies on. He think he A1 now.
There you go. Keith will be there hating on you for sure. He'll playing his Drake
at all. I don't hate it all.
Alright, so outside of the podcast genre, the podcast role, the world, like, what is it that you just enjoy doing? Like, what kind of fuckery do you get off into?
I mean, I'm into a lot of bullshit if you're talking about specifically fuckery, but I don't really always enjoy that. I feel like I'm enjoying it in the moment, but I'm a simple person. I like kind of being at home, hanging with my kids, watching shit on Netflix. Like, I get into shows. I like Crime Watch Daily. I like, shit
Crime
like
Watch
that.
Daily.
Yeah,
you might as well watch Orange is the New Black, man.
Nah, I ain't fucking with that. But yeah, I call myself an introverted extrovert. So like when the cameras come on, I get popping. But other than that, I be kind of subdued. Like I said, even when I was talking about earlier, like, nobody give a fuck about what you're doing. Other than like, it don't really matter. It's really for you at the end of the day.
Yep.
So.
Do you watch other podcasters?
Absolutely.
Okay, give me your top couple ones.
Drink
Mainstream, And top couple ones local if you fuck with anyone.
Drink
local.
Champs is my favorite.
Number one. Noriega and them boys.
Noriega for sure. 85 South show second.
That's what DC Young Fly.
Joe Rogan show.
Joe Rogan shit. Right? I just started fucking. He be having some jewels. I'm in the middle of watching his Gary Vee interview right now.
Joe Rogan show for sure.
Locally,
Michael
you fucking with anyone?
Locally, I started fucking with y'all lately since you came through the show. Actual Factuals, I fuck with Hippie Life, which is they gave me a shirt earlier. I get my weed from this nigga. He got a dope ass podcast.
It's legal in Arizona.
Yeah,
for those
Prop,
of y'all that ain't out
Prop
here.
205, man. All these niggas got their cards and shit like that. It's all good. But there was one night I was fucking with. I forgot what it was called, but this shit was funny. It was local too, but these niggas stopped doing it. I honestly forgot what it was
They just
called.
stopped doing it?
It was fucking hilarious though. I'm gonna have to look it up, so I'll look it up. But
So have you thought about doing like hitting the streets, doing skits, doing like live video where you fuck with the drunk of the drunk?
definitely. Niggas just be bullshitting, having me put it into action.
That's what we've been talking about
I've been
doing
thinking
too.
about it,
I got an actual mic.
Yeah.
It says the no cap and all drip on it. These fools ain't did it yet.
yeah.
And I can't do it by myself.
Because I've been watching the dude.
Oh, we can go hit the streets tonight, dude.
I've been watching the dude, Joseph Costello or something.
Costello. Yep.
His shit is called Sloppy Joe. This nigga's hilarious. He's from like Dallas, Texas, and they have like a mill lab like how we have. And he be out there asking them some crazy shit.
Yeah, we could go do that.
So
tonight.
we've been trying to do.
So
some
the
shit
only
like
thing that I don't like, because he's a West Sider, so he's all about Westgate. But man, once 1:30 come, even the police, get out of here, get out of here. Like it's hard. Like the only place potentially, at the end of the day, in all the valley is Mill.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the only place that we would be able to get in. And the thing about it is, you don't have to be out there even till the club closed.
Yeah.
Because you got far too many drunk people just walking around regardless.
Yeah.
And Scottsdale, but Scottsdale's
Man,
demographic.
fuck Scottsdale,
Yeah,
man.
they demographic.
You ain't fucking with
I
Scottsdale?
ain't fucking with Scottsdale.
Nowhere in Scottsdale.
I mean, I fuck with International.
That's the only place.
I
Yeah.
don't like international.
Shit, I fuck with him too.
International, I've gone to international now a whole entirety of one time, and it was just a turnoff because it was like
You went on a Friday though.
no, we didn't.
You went
on
for
a
Golo
Saturday.
birthday.
That was a Saturday. So when I walked in, and this may just be me prejudging, but I just see basically a bunch of hood niggas trying to flaunt, what they
Oh
made
yeah,
for
that's
the
the hood
week.
spot.
What they made for the week,
Word.
getting the bottles, and you got a bunch of females in there, and the females is just bouncing from table to table,
Nah, you got
spot
it.
to
This
spot.
nigga know what he's talking about.
And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this and I'm like, everybody in here is fake. And me, I wear jewelry and I go out and I ain't faking it. Like nothing fake, right? So all these different little bras or whatever is coming up to me, but it's like, I done already seen you bounce from that nigga to drink off his bottle to that nigga to drink off his bottle. But then you come in, you see, oh, there's a nigga that's shining, and like we had already got rid of our table, and they just like, oh man, I'm like, no. I already see what you about. I'm not. There's no way in hell.
What you at the club looking for, a wife?
I ain't looking for
This nigga
nothing.
stupid.
But what
I'm
I'm saying
just
is
saying.
stay off. Like I already see your game.
Hey,
I already
trying to
see
get
what
married.
you doing.
What the fuck you looking for?
You coming over here? You coming
She
over
not coming with respect.
You trying to see what
She
you
want
can
to
get.
drink my alcohol.
You ain't coming over here to
What you
really
looking
holler at
for?
me. You coming over here trying to get off on something.
There is literally nothing false about what you're saying, but you gotta expect that. Like I go to the club knowing what to expect. There's gonna be birds in there.
Nah,
You know
you
what I
got
mean?
a point.
But it's
Young
not.
nigga
It's
came
right.
with a point.
Right.
It's not like it's a club.
He trying to be the white
It's
boy.
It's literally
He trying to get a
table. Like it's all
So
set
how
up
you
based
want
off
him to
of
come up?
Didn't I just see you over there drinking with him?
Grab a bottle.
Once that bottle was gone. That's another thing too. I think there was only two people in there the entire night that had they booth the entire time, because they was the only one that kept getting bottles after bottles after bottles.
Nah,
after
you
bottles.
right, but you right, but he right. It's like, what did you really expect?
I mean, I know what to expect,
Yeah.
but hey, like at the end of the day, for me, I don't do fake. So when I see fake, that to me is where like I'm ready to
But
go.
bitches do that at every club.
True,
Like,
we know that, but it was so small that is too close quarters for me. So I see it way too much. Because now you might be a bad chick that I at least want to give you a little bit of attention, give you some conversation. But it's like, I didn't see you play, what is it, Donkey Kong, doing, Frogger, you all over this bitch.
Man, bring your ass over here, little mama.
This where you gonna stay.
Get this Grey Goose and cranberry, bitch.
Go ahead and sit your ass down. I'm gonna get you in a minute.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I fuck with. That's probably one of the only spots.
I fuck with the thoughts too, with the bitches that's table hopping. I fuck with y'all too, man. I fuck with them.
Hey, it be like that.
I don't care about.
I know girls
I got a girl, so I don't care.
I know girls who go out with $0.
Yep.
Get drunk as fuck.
Yep.
For free.
Yep.
Had the time of their life and end up eating some food after too. How that work?
If you're a bad bitch and you gotta spend money to go out, you not as bad as you thought you was.
That's right.
No, actually,
That's right.
you gotta be a bad bitch living life like a duck, but you live like a queen the moment you leave your house.
Mm-hmm.
Cause this is what really happens. If you a nigga in the club, cause if we done had table service before, if you walk by and I think you look good, hey, come here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it.
So if you bad, you getting. So it might seem like they hopping from table to table, but they really getting pulled from table to table to be 1,000.
He got a point.
You know what I mean?
They was hopping.
You know how it be when we get table service and we go out. We
But they was
okay,
they was
come here.
hopping. They was the bottle gone, so they just straight up leaving. You see, oh boy, hey, come here.
Nigga, you did that. You had that on my birthday. This nigga bought 3 white girls. No, I don't fuck with unseasoned chicken like that.
Okay.
You wasn't the only person at the table though.
Listen, brought 3 blonde hair, beach blonde, blue-eyed white girls to the table. I'm like, cool. Nigga, 20 minutes later, I'm drunk already. It's my birthday. I see these bitches leaving. All the bitches got a drink. One bitch had 2 drinks. Walk out, give it to her nigga that's there. This nigga brought 3 leeches to the table. So I don't know what he talking about.
We was sitting there, table full of dudes. We was just doing what we went out to do. And they're like, man, where the females at? It wasn't nobody else doing that. I'm master wingman. See some chicks. Come here. They came. You already messed up. So, they was there for a good 20, 30 minutes. Now, when they left, they left.
So they all had a drink there with us, and then they left for the drink. So they go a bottle right there. Half the bottle gone.
But was you complaining at the end of the night?
No, I did a... Yeah, no.
But in that night, I had a good 10 to 15 come through that table.
Yeah.
And about half of them stuck. So,
Yeah, 3 bottles later, nigga, good job.
So what?
The bottle service.
We need, for the bottle girls that's out there, y'all need to come get on this show. Let's chop it up.
Let's do it.
What
Well,
else?
I think that's it, bruh.
Hey, that was a good show.
Another
I
episode.
fuck with it.
Shout out to the guest, man. Shout out to Podson. Make sure y'all go follow him.
Yeah, man. Shout out to nocappnalldrip for having me on this bitch.
Hey.
Man.
With that, bye.
Gang.